With about 2 more months of college basketball to be played, many of the expected one-and-done freshmen have given scouts serious questions to think about. Two of those freshmen are Oregon's Bol and Louis King. King has been labeled as a potential riser, while Bol's season-ending foot injury has altered his once likely lottery pick draft projection. Also, don't look now, but sophomore shot blocker extraordinaire Kenny Wooten has made NBA mock drafts. Now that the NBA standings are starting to take shape, here are what mock drafts are saying about the Ducks' NBA potential. Bol, freshman, 7'2", 235-pound, center. A former top 5 recruit, Bol's dominant play during his 9 healthy games as a Duck solidified the reason for the hype. Bol's height and 7'8" wingspan made him a force not to be reckoned with in the paint. He's a great shot blocker who changes the game on the defensive end and also has a smooth offensive game with range from beyond the arc. Before suffering his left foot fracture, scouts cautioned against Bol. He created mixed feelings due to his uninspiring sequences of poor defensive effort and awareness. Questions were raised about his dedication to maximizing his potential. Also, he will have to add muscle to his frame to compete in the NBA without getting pushed around. With the season-ending injury, Bol joins a large group of 7-footers with foot problems, which raises red flags for scouts. However, his high ceiling on unique skill set of presence on the glass and terrific outside shooting, 52% from 3, make him an intriguing prospect. Projections: fallen from top 10 in mock drafts to 11th to the Utah Jazz, 19th and 15th to the Charlotte Hornets. Player comparison: DeAndre Jordan, Kristaps Porzingis. Louis King, freshman, 6'9", 205-pound, forward coming off of a torn meniscus and missing the first 7 games of the season. King's draft stock has showed rapid improvement in the past month. King has showcased his talent during Pac-12 play, leading the Ducks in scoring with 17 points per game. King has reached double-figure points the past 4 games, including the Ducks' upset win at Arizona. The top 20 recruit is a possible one-and-done player, according to multiple scouts. King's offensive talent and smooth jump shot is easy to see anywhere on the court, but where he has improved most is his rebounding and defense. Once listed as a weakness, King leads Oregon with an average of 9.4 rebounds per game in conference play. His size is ideal for an NBA wing, making him a prospect to watch this NBA draft if he continues to soar in Pac-12 play. Projections: 19th to the Portland Trail Blazers, 42nd to the Sacramento Kings, 59th overall. Player comparison: Rudy Gay, Trevor Ariza, Caron Butler. Kenny Wooten, sophomore, 6'9", 235-pound, forward. After fracturing his jaw in December against Baylor, Wooten returned earlier than expected. He made an immediate impact, playing 25 minutes in a full face mask, providing an inside presence that helped Oregon upset Arizona. He already ranks 4th in UO career blocks with 113. An excellent rim protector, Wooten's defensive instincts are listed as a strength according to mock drafts, along with his ability to finish plays around the basket. Wooten needs to improve offensively as a passer and a shooter. His free throw shooting and footwork needs work as well. His play in the PK80 Classic last year helped him gain some buzz in draft circles, but it would probably be in his best interest to continue to develop before declaring for the draft. Projection: 2nd round to undrafted. Player comparison: Jordan Bell. Oregon just upset Arizona, 13-5, 4-1 Pac-12, at the McHale Center in Tucson, Arizona, 59-54. A few takeaways from the big win: the Ducks handed the Wildcats their first Pac-12 loss with huge help from their defense and rebounding. Oregon held Arizona to 37% shooting from the field. Oregon had 9 offensive rebounds that led to 11 second-chance points. The return of Kenny Wooten. After not disclosing whether Wooten would play against Arizona or not, Wooten suited up and played 25 minutes with a full face mask. His impact was immediate with an inside presence that Arizona didn't have an answer for. He finished with 5 points, 7 rebounds and 1 block, although it looked more like 2 or 3. Peyton Pritchard's Duck legacy continues. He scored his 1,000th career point, the only Oregon native scholarship player on the roster. Pritchard is 37th in UO history to reach that milestone. Paul White continues to step up. The senior led UO with 16 points and 5 rebounds. The win marks his 5th consecutive game with double-figure points. Oregon closed out a tight victory. Single digits have decided 6 of the last 7 meetings between Oregon and Arizona. To close out the game, the Ducks grabbed 3 offensive rebounds and Lewis King made 3 of 4 free throws with 90 seconds to go. The Ducks improved to 2-2 in Pac-12 conference play, 11-6 overall. Next up, Arizona State. Oregon begins its first Pac-12 conference road trip versus the Arizona Wildcats, who currently ranks first in the Pac-12. Single digits have decided 5 of the last 6 meetings between Oregon and Arizona. Can the Ducks build on their win over USC and upset Arizona? Let's get you in the know. Records: Oregon 10-6, 1-2, Pac-12, Arizona 13-4, 4-0. Wooten watch. After missing Oregon's last 4 games with a broken jaw, Kenny Wooten was wearing a mask as he went through drills during Tuesday's practice. Important to note, he did not participate in contact drills. Coach Dana Altman said Wooten is unlikely to return to face Arizona. However, it could be a game-time decision or Altman may want to keep the Wildcats guessing. Wounded Ducks. Oregon is down to only 8 scholarship players this weekend with the loss of Bowl season-ending injury, Abu Kigab, transfer, and Wooten, broken jaw. The trio of Bowl, Kigab and Wooten combined an average 30.2 points, 17.2 rebounds and 4.3 blocks per game. Record watch. Junior guard Peyton Pritchard comes into the Arizona game needing 2 points to reach 1,000 in his career. Fun fact, during Oregon vs. Arizona matchups, the winning team has scored at least 80 points in 9 consecutive games. King. Heating up. Freshman Lewis King has reached double-figure points in 3 straight games. King is averaging 19.5 points and 10.0 rebounds per game in Pac-12 play. Wildcats to watch. Sophomore Brandon Randolph, Arizona's leading scorer, has scored in double figures in every game, 17 games this season. Senior guard Justin Coleman has 995 career points and is 5 away from 1,000. Freshman Brandon Williams is 5 of his last 7 from three-point range after a 2 of 14 stretch. Cats are rollin'. Arizona is 4-0 in Pac-12 play for the 3rd time under coach Sean Miller and have won 7 straight games. Arizona is 91-4 at home since the start of the 2013-14 season, which is the best mark in the country. On Where to Watch time, Thursday, January 17, 6 p.m. Where, McHale Center, Tucson, Arizona. TV, ESPN. More Ducks. Ducks flocked for LaMichelle James's Killer Burger grand opening. Does LaMichelle James think the CFB playoff should be expanded? Who could be Oregon's next linebacker coach? Rising star, veteran, elite recruiter options. Doug Brenner and his rhabdomyolysis, why he's suing Willie Taggart and the University of Oregon. Peyton Pritchard on the cusp of a milestone. A long wild, topsy-turvy roller coaster ride at Oregon. Oregon great LaMichelle James added restaurant owner to his resume this week, opening a Killer Burger franchise. I went to the grand opening and was impressed by the amount of Ducks fans there. The atmosphere was like an excellent backyard party. James passed out perfect burgers, 21 jerseys everywhere, cold beer in the glasses, good music, and Oregon sports paraphernalia on the walls, including signed jerseys by friends Damian Lillard, Russell Wilson, Jordan Bell and Jacques Rogers. I caught up with James about life after football. Spoiler alert, his next Killer Burger location is Eugene, and also asked his take on some hot, current topics. Who does James think will win the Super Bowl? Should the college football playoff be expanded? Of all the Ducks on the current roster, who does he love watching the most? Watch the video above from the Brian No Way Show for more. Oregon's 2019 outside linebackers still need a coach. With the departure of Oregon outside linebackers coach Court Dennison to Louisville after just 1 year in Eugene, the search is on for his replacement. Dennison was a significant loss to Mario Cristobal's staff. He ranked as the Pac-12's 7th best recruiter during the 2018 cycle, and the primary recruiter for Oregon signees Mace Funa and Hamon Eford. Will Cristobal hire an up-and-comer or a well-respected veteran? Is recruiting prowess priority number one? How about ties to the current coaching staff? The following options fit into at least one of those categories. Dennis Johnson, LSU defensive line coach. A former LSU football player, a part of the 2011 Southeastern Conference Championship team, just finished his 3rd season as a full-time coach on the Tiger staff. Johnson, who coached outside linebackers during his first few years on Ed Orgeron's staff, is also a talented recruiter with an innate ability to land big-time recruits. He has played a pivotal role in LSU's last 2 signing classes and is ranked No. 29 in the 247 sports recruiter rankings for the class of 2018. Vernon Hargreaves, Missouri inside linebackers coach. A well-respected veteran of the coaching industry, Hargreaves has 34 years of collegiate coaching experience under his belt, including 27 as linebackers coach for some very successful programs. He also has multiple ties to the current Duck staff, most notably with Cristobal at Miami. Hargreaves was the Hurricanes linebacker coach during the dominant run in the early 2000s. He helped the Hurricanes claim the 2001 BCS title with one of the best defensive units in college football history. Spencer Danielson, Boise State outside linebackers coach. At 29 years old, he's one of college football's rising stars, and named to 247 Sports 30 Under 30 list. He just finished his 1st season a full-time assistant for the Broncos after overseeing the stud position as a graduate assistant last season. Under his watch in 2017, Jabril Frazier and freshman Curtis Weaver earned all-conference and combined for 17 sacks. Prior to Boise State, Danielson coached linebackers at his alma mater Azusa Pacific for 4 years, where he started for 3 seasons at linebacker for the Cougars. Bo-J Filomoeatu, Utah State outside linebackers coach. Filomoeatu just returned to his alma mater, Utah State, as outside linebackers coach under former Oregon State head coach Gary Anderson. A former Oakland Raider, the linebacker spent the past 2 seasons as the linebackers coach at San Jose State, and prior to that was a quality control defensive coach at Oregon State in 2016. He shares the SJSU program connection with Oregon offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo. He would be an asset to recruiting in the Polynesian pipeline. Randall Joyner, SMU defensive ends coach. High-energy coach who studied under defensive line mastermind Larry Johnson at Ohio State, where he was a graduate assistant. Ohio State went 23-4 during his 2 seasons, with a trip to the CFP semifinals in 2016, a Big Ten championship, and win in the Cotton Bowl in 2017. He also served as a graduate assistant at Hawaii and played linebacker at SMU from 2010 to 13. He's only 26 years old and also made the college football's Rising Stars 30 Under 30 list. Internal options: Cristobal will likely fill Dennison's position from outside of Oregon's current coaching staff. However, there are 2 coaches with linebacker experience on the current staff: Dante Williams, UO cornerbacks coach. Elite recruiter, Sports Illustrated named Williams a top 10 recruiter in college football in 2015. He also has experience coaching linebackers, spending 1 season at Nevada as linebacker coach and 2 seasons at Washington as a graduate assistant, where he coached cornerbacks and linebackers. Keith Hayward, UO co-defensive coordinator, safeties coach. Hayward worked as linebackers coach at Cal Poly in 2007. Currently, Oregon's defensive coordinator Jim Leavitt coaches inside linebackers. The linebacker position unit returns half of their starters, including leading tackler for the past 3 seasons, senior Troy Dye, and senior Lamar Winston Jr. Retaining Dye is huge for Oregon's defense as the Ducks face the task of replacing their leading edge rushers in Jalen Jelks and Justin Hollins. However, there are 4 interesting candidates to vie for playing time. Junior Samson Niu, who started 3 games in place of senior Kaulana Ipolu during Ipolu's injury, is an option. Also on the current roster is Keith Sims, Isaac Slade-Matadia and Miami transfer DJ Johnson. Can't overlook incoming freshman, Funa, who joins the linebacker corps as the highest-rated linebacker to sign with the Ducks in program history. Funa's strength and great instincts could make an impact right away for the Ducks. 4-star Eford also could compete for playing time. With star linebackers and fresh talent, Oregon has the pieces in place but must make the right hire to help shape 2019 into the special season it could be. LaMichelle James, University of Oregon running back great, Heisman Trophy finalist, Doak Walker Award winner, San Francisco 49er, Miami Dolphin, and now Portland restaurant owner. James always wondered about life after football and hoped he'd be a part of the Oregon community. His hope became a dream, which he turned to reality when he opened the doors of his Killer Burger franchise in Cedar Hills on Monday. Duck fans flocked. The atmosphere was like an excellent backyard party. James passed out perfect burgers, 21 jerseys everywhere, cold beer in the glasses, good music, and Oregon sports paraphernalia on the walls, including signed jerseys by friends Damian Lillard, Russell Wilson, Jordan Bell and Jacques Rogers. James's path to ownership required a hefty initial investment and liquid asset of $150,000. The two-time All-American now has 23 employees but already has his sights on his next venture. Hear from James himself. Bree described the feeling of opening the doors officially for the first time. James, it's honestly been unbelievable. It's been fantastic. The love I've gotten from Oregon fans and the Oregon community. I can't say enough about this city and state. It's been great. In the first couple minutes we had like 5 people and then all of a sudden, the gate started flooding. It's remarkable. Bree, how did you get here? What was your path to ownership like? James, you never know when you are playing football. You are always one snap away from it being over. You don't know what is going to happen. So, I always thought about life after football. I wondered, what can I do? I especially wanted to give back to the Oregon community. I wanted to be a part of that. I came across Killer Burger and it's from Portland, Oregon, so I decided to do it. Bree, a lot of Duck fans have been asking me to ask you, are you thinking of opening another one in Eugene? People want to see you down there. James, most definitely. That's my next step. I will definitely be opening a Killer Burger in Eugene. Bree, what is your favorite burger on the menu? James, my favorite burger on the menu would have to be all of them. Sometimes it is this one and sometimes it is that one. Bree, spoken like a true owner. What is the hot one right now? James, people really love the peanut butter. It's definitely the favorite one. Side note, on Killer Burger menu is the peanut butter pickle bacon burger, which is loaded with bacon, peanut butter sauce, house sauce, mayo, grilled onion and pickle. Bree, how are you going to be involved in the day-to-day running of the restaurant? James, I am the GM, so I will be here at the restaurant. I do the schedules, the food ordering, the money, everything. Everything that needs to be done, I do it. Bree, I saw you hand out some burgers today. Was that because it's so busy for your opening or is that a part of what you will do? James, I will help out doing anything. Any area that needs me, I will help out. Bree, how many employees do you have? James, I have 23. Bree, laughs, you might need to fire 2 today, so that you have your number, 21. LMJ, I know, right? Watch out. Bree, do you think that burgers are the greatest food of all time? James, I do think that burgers are the GOAT food because they are so American and extremely popular. I know that I go to different establishments just to try the burger and compare them even before I owned a burger restaurant. Bree, for you, what completes a burger meal? A Coke. Fries? James, with my burger I gotta have a beer. We sell beer here. My favorite it is a Blue Moon. I don't drink that much, but it is definitely my favorite. Don't come in here asking for suggestions on beer, because I can't help you, but definitely love the Blue Moon with the orange slice. Bree, do you catch yourself using any coach speak as the owner? James, I do. I just want to implement that. We are all a team here. Everybody is one. There is no boss here. Everyone operates as one. I want people to mesh well and get along to have a successful business. Bree, so, win the day? James, that's the most important thing, winning the day. James's Killer Burger is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., located at 2905 Southwest Cedar Hills Boulevard. Wednesday, former Oregon football player Doug Brenner filed a suit against the NCAA, former Oregon football coach Willie Taggart, strength and conditioning coach Arlie Oderend, and the University of Oregon for injuries sustained during workouts in January 2017, shortly after Taggart was hired. Brenner is seeking $11.5 million in damages. I would ask you, how much is your health and your body worth? Brenner asked in an exclusive interview with NBC Sports Northwest. My health and my body will be impacted by this for the rest of my life. My kidneys will never be the same. Why take legal action now? I had the opportunity to sit down with Brenner and ask him some important questions on the forefront of this lawsuit. Brenner detailed that his health issues led him to the doctor a few months ago, when he learned the severity of his kidney damage through a nuclear renal scan. The statute of limitations in Oregon for personal injury and medical malpractice claims is 2 years, since the workouts ensued in January of 2017. This month is the end of his window. The former offensive lineman was one of 3 players hospitalized as a result of the workouts, each suffering from rhabdomyolysis. This is a condition where the body eats its own muscles, creating toxic elements which go through the body causing damage. Rhabdomyolysis in athletes is a preventable and potentially fatal condition. What does rhabdomyolysis feel like? What does he remember about those drills? Was he properly hydrated? What NCAA changes does he hope will ensue as a part of this lawsuit? And maybe the biggest question, did Taggart lack control or ignore blatant red flags? Oh, absolutely, he lacked control, Brenner said. That's why I am pursuing this. I want to prevent this from happening to future players. The NCAA has guidelines in place to avoid things like this from happening, but they aren't enforcing it, and every year tons of kids across the country are being hospitalized for rhabdomyolysis. According to the 18-page suit filed in Multnomah County Circuit Court, the permanent damage to Brenner's kidneys reduced his life expectancy by about 10 years. From 2017, Willie Taggart starts his tenure at UO with the wrong kind of publicity. In the interview, Brenner illustrates the January workouts. He details that the UO medical staff acknowledged that the workout went beyond the student-athlete's natural limits after the first day, and on the second day, brought in oxygen tanks on to go along with the trash cans, for vomiting, that lined the workout room. Oderend not only was willing to put student-athletes through non-evidence-based physical punishment regimens, but also did not carry industry-required certification to be a strength and conditioning coach, the suit claims. It also states that Taggart told players when he was hired that he and the new coaches were going to focus on discipline and strength and conditioning, and they were going to find the snakes in the grass and cut their heads off. Watch from 2017, Taggart and his staff off to a rough start. Taggart brought with Oderend to Oregon from South Florida and currently still retains him on staff at Florida State. Oderend was suspended without pay for a month by Oregon after the players were hospitalized, and Taggart issued an apology. After hospitalization, Brenner returned to the team to play in 2017. Brenner's senior season ended after he had hip surgery in October 2017 after he played 7 games for the Ducks. I'm a proud Duck and I loved my time playing football at Oregon, Brenner said. It was a tough choice to do this. Sam Putasi, another offensive lineman, is now also suing. Cam McCormick, the third Duck hospitalized, has opted against suing. I respect my teammates immensely and their very difficult decision to take that path, McCormick said. I look forward to putting this unfortunate situation in the past, and moving ahead. I watched the video interview above to hear from Doug Brenner. In his own words, Junior Peyton Pritchard continues to write his legacy at Oregon, but his 1,000th career point will likely not be scored at Matthew Knight Arena in Eugene, Oregon. The guard scored his 998th career point in Oregon's 81-60 victory over USC. 2 points shy of the major milestone, Pritchard and UO head to the McHale Memorial Center to take on Arizona, 13-4, 4-0 Pac-12. The Ducks, 10-6, 1-2, scored a season-high 13 three-pointers in their first Pac-12 conference victory, 3 triples coming from the only Oregon native on the roster, Pritchard. Pritchard's 998 career points have come on a wild, topsy-turvy roller coaster ride at Oregon. After winning 4 high school state titles at Wesleyan, expectations were high for the 2016 top player out of the state of Oregon. But no one had higher expectations than Pritchard. As a true freshman, during Oregon's first NCAA tournament Final Four run in 78 years, Pritchard set his goal to be Oregon's starting point guard. He did it, bumping junior Casey Benson out of the starting lineup in the 5th game of the season. With Pritchard as a starter, the Ducks went 31-4 in 2016-17. 18 of those 998 points came in his first NCAA tournament game, the Ducks' win over Iona. During Oregon's historic run to the Final Four, Pritchard handled the ball and distributed to 4 of the 5 Oregon alums currently in the NBA, Dillon Brooks, Memphis, Jordan Bell, Golden State, Chris Boucher, two-way contract, Toronto, and Tyler Dorsey, Atlanta. The other Duck in the NBA, Pritchard's teammate his sophomore season, UO's first ever one-and-done player, Troy Brown Jr., who plays for the Washington Wizards. In 2017-18, Pritchard was Oregon's top returning player in every statistical category, except blocks, and became an All-Pac-12 second-team selection. He scored 523 points, leading the Ducks with 14.5 points per game and 4.8 assists per game. Pritchard made 41.3% from beyond the arc in Oregon's season that ended in the National Invitation Tournament, where they defeated Rider in the first round before losing to Marquette in the second round. Major obstacles have invaded Pritchard's junior season. After being to the watch list for the John R. Wooten Award for National Player of the Year, Pritchard witnessed the Ducks sign their highest recruiting class ever, highlighted by Bowl. Pritchard played with Bull, the highest-rated player in school history to sign with UO, for all 9 of his games as a Duck before his season and UO career ended with an ankle injury. Oregon is down to only 8 scholarship players and has looked lost at times. Expectations have fallen very short for the 2018-19 Ducks, who were picked as the Pac-12 conference favorite in a preseason media poll. However, Oregon's victory over USC displayed its best overall game of the season, demonstrating mental toughness, 3 days after blowing a 9-point lead with 51 seconds left against UCLA, the worst last-minute collapse in Pac-12 history. Not all hope is lost, as Oregon could still make the NCAA tournament for the 6th time in 7 seasons by winning the Pac-12 tournament in March to earn the conference's automatic berth. At this point amid the Pac-12 disarray, it's anyone's tournament to win. People are counting us out, Pritchard said. What do we got to lose at this point? Everybody's out. People are doubting us. We hear it. We see it. It makes us play more free. We just want to go out and win and show people and prove them wrong.